move on to our next topic, the poultry rearing system, the shelter management, and environmental optimization in commercial poultry enterprises. Basically, there are four rearing systems. Either we can go for backyard poultry farming, free range or extensive system, semi-intensive, and if we completely keep the in 24 hours we are getting the birds inside our house, that is the intensive system. Under intensive system, we can go for deep litter system or slatted floor system, slat cum litter system, or cage system. We'll discuss one by one. Backyard farming is good for if we are keeping small flock size, around 5 to 20 birds only. The rural people are keeping it, they have good space in the backyard, and no, almost zero investment is there because kitchen waste we can also is being provided, and then scavenging system of feeding. Plus, they are providing a supplemental source of income to the rural farmers, and they are also providing good quality protein. So these are the eggs and meat can be achieved by these poor families. These are good for small flock systems. Free range system. These are for this the birds are kept in large open area, and the scavenging system of feeding is practiced. In this system also the birds feed on themselves only. So the investment is low, but this system is generally because when you need large land area, open range system is required. These are not practiced mostly in India. These are in Africa or Latin America. This system of rearing is practiced. Here we can tell about this stocking density, like in how much land area, how many birds can be reared, because their feeding and their nutrient requirement is based dependent on the range itself. So around 250 birds can be reared in 1 hectare of land. Low capital, housing cost is reduced. Only temporary shelters can be arranged so that they lay eggs in the under the shed. Water can be provided, and this is good for improving the soil fertility. From the down, they are improving the soil fertility. But in this system, the disadvantage is that scientific management is difficult. Eggs will get lost on the range, so difficulty to keep records of the egg production. This means management and plus disease transmission from wild birds. Wild birds or wild predators may attack the birds. These things are the disadvantages in this free range system. So then we can go for semi-intensive system, in which the birds are somewhat reared inside the house also, and they are given access to the free range also. During night, we can keep the birds inside the house, and during the daytime, they can be left in the open range. But the area is somewhat limited. We can go for fencing the area in which the birds are kept. The stocking density is increased because our dependency of the nutrient requirement is we are giving concentrate feed in the at night or in the house. So the range system is provided, only scavenging is done in the range system. So the stocking density is increased. Around 750 birds can be reared in 1 hectare of land. And feeding and watering facilities is provided in the pen. We are using the land economically. Protection of birds from extreme climates is possible since we are housing them also, and it's forming partial scientific management. But it is somewhat costlier than the free range system since we are going for housing, and fencing cost is included, and regular cleaning and big litter material is also required. The most commonly used system, like for commercial poultry, is the intensive system, where the birds are kept inside the houses throughout the day and night. So it can be either done in this one ground or floor, this like in deep litter system, or we can go for cages, this type of wired netting floor or cages. It is the most efficient and convenient way, and also the production, the returns that we get from the birds, it is the highest in intensive system. So high efficiency and productivity, but the welfare of the birds, like the birds are not free to move, that's why the welfare of the birds are compromised. Plus, they are not able to show their natural behavior like perching and all. They are not able to move, going above the trees. These behaviors they cannot show. So restricted behavior and higher health risk. If any disease outbreak is there, it will spread to the whole flock. So these are some of the drawbacks, but otherwise, from production point of view, it is the most highly efficient and commercial basis it is used. The first system that comes under intensive system is the deep liter system. Here the birds are capped over the litter material. Litter material can be paddy husk, sawdust, groundnut husk, whatever the leftovers. Then chopped paddy straw also can be used over then they have to be spread over the roll, and then the thickness initially we will start with 3 to 5 inch depth of the litter material. Then they have to be racking of the litter material should be done on regular basis, so that aeration is there and wet means they remains dry. So and 2 inch of new litter material can be added at fortnightly intervals, since up to they reach around 8 to 12 inch depth. After that they have to be removed and new litter material should be added. If we see that when litter conditions or the litter material is wet and some diseases are there, then immediately we should remove those litter material and we should provide new fresh litter material. Then
it can be rest day also.
And
If you are moving the litter, yeah, how much? What is the time? If you have to remove the old litter,
yes,
then what is the time given to the floor to dry up or something like that?
floor, sir.
Floor register.
This system, like the litter is giving some additional benefits like vitamins and this minerals like niacin, phosphorus. Since bacterial decomposition is going on in the litter, and we know that in poultry cecum means bacterial fermentation is in the cecum. So some of these nutrients are not absorbed properly. So these nutrients can be reabsorbed from the litter material after bacterial decomposition. So recycling of these nutrients is possible in deep litter system, which is completely absent in cage system. Then the welfare of the birds is at least maintained to some extent, since the birds are a bit free to move as compared to the cage system. So then deep litter, just like sir told, that the used litter can be used as a fertilizer or a manure in the agricultural fields. Then less nuisance from flies. Since there is bacterial decomposition in the litter material, that will increase the temperature. So and it will then flies cannot, eggs and larvae of the flies cannot survive in this litter material. So there is less problem from the flies in deep litter system. But there are certain disadvantages. The disease, like especially coccidiosis and bacterial diseases, they can spread more in deep litter system. Plus, if the litter material is very dry, it will be dusty, and when it will go through the nostrils, then there will be respiratory problem. Then the cost of litter is an additional expenditure in this deep litter system. If then the ammonia is produced in this from the litter, so if ventilation is not proper, then there will be irritation to the eyes. Then ammonia levels should be maximum, it is 25 ppm. So it should not be increased. So proper ventilation should be there to remove the foul air and for entrance of free clean air from the surroundings. Proper ventilation should be there in this system. Then there is a slanted floor system. If we want to rear the birds in the ground only, but we do not want to add litter material, then we can go for this slanted floor system. Either iron rods or foot rippers around 2-inch diameter thickness and lengthwise we can arrange them, and between this interspace around 1 inch between the iron wooden planks or iron rods. This can be arranged. But the droppings will directly go under to the floor only. So this is somewhat more clean than deep litter system. But disadvantages, whatever the advantages, the additional advantages we are getting in the deep litter system, it cannot be got here. So bedding is eliminated, manure handling is eliminated, increased sanitation is possible, labor saving because we do not have to clean the litter material. So then soil-borne infection, coccidiosis and bacterial infection is limited in this system, but it has also got disadvantages. Like initial cost, we have to arrange the planks, we have to arrange this iron rod, so initial cost is higher. This is less flexible. Once made, we have constructed, so we cannot removing any flexibility. is low, then whatever the feed is gone from the gaps, it is already lost in the system. The feed is lost. So feed wastage is there, and more fly problems. Just like in the litter material, because of decomposition, this fly, eggs, and larvae were not surviving, but this benefit we are not getting in this slated flow system. So there can be half sleds and half litter system. Around 60% of the floor area can be covered with sleds, and the remaining 40% can be covered with litter material. And then feeders and waterers can be arranged both in the sleds and the litter area. And then nest boxes can be kept in the litter area, so that the eggs are not broken in the sleds. So the nest boxes can be arranged so that the birds lay eggs in the nest box only. Egg collection is also easier. Still, means advantages are more eggs can be procured for per floor space, and fertility is better in sled cum litter system than all sled system. But the disadvantages are housing investment, and plus the separation of bird from the manure means in the sled part, then fly problems might be there. Next is the cage system. This is the most commonly used system. Around 95% of commercial layers are kept in the cage system. Although the birds are confined to the cages, but it is seen that the most efficient producing or the highest egg production is can be achieved in this cage system. Since whatever the nutrients we are giving, they are utilizing all for maximum for their egg production only. So the production is very high. Here the birds are reared in wire netting floor in smaller compartment cages. Either they can be fitted with stands or hang from the roof also. Feeders and waterers, they can be arranged in this along with the cages also. And then egg collection bells are there. It can be automatic feeding trolleys and egg collection bells.